This is going to be the simplest, quickest YouTube video you've ever seen. Um, I just literally taught this as a webinar to our paying clients. It's actually quite a lengthy, it's not lengthy, I'd say, it's probably like 15 slides, but I'm going to just concentrate on 4 of the slides because someone who was on the webinar that we let on literally said that like she gained so much from it. She literally knows exactly what she needs to do now to smash it in her business. So it's all about, content strategy. And whilst you're here, like, this is the type of value we give. We don't hold back. We're really here to help you. So you might want to subscribe to this channel. So what is working in 2024 to grow your online fucking coaching business, right? Well, there's a lot of things, but specifically when we're talking about content, because content seems to be the biggest bottleneck for a lot of coaches, right? And if you had it your way, you would be able to just make content as simple as possible, grow your following, grow your audience, get really good at it, and just see success from that, right? And if you could do that, then you could focus on all the other business stuff and life would be sweet, all right? But because of, the confusion, the mixed messages, the psychology that everybody, all the games and mind tricks everybody's playing, you find it hard to really understand what to do with the content. And I'm going to help you to know what is working right now. So I literally spent hours today just studying because, transparently, I have a business partner. I have a business partner who enjoys making content. So thankfully for me, I get to focus on other things, right, in the business, like specifically for me, just the business side of the business, right, which I prefer. I actually like the little boring business stuff in the background, and I'm not too excited about the content front facing. That's why I kind of let Javen take, that role. However, with more time now, with needing to push the business further and this being one of the moving parts, I need to dive into that content bag a lot more. And I'm actually going to be the living guinea pig for everything I'm explaining and I'm about to explain in this video. So you can actually monitor and see my growth and my page and me doing what I'm just explaining now. All right. So this is what's working right now on Instagram specifically, but on any type of platform for growing your following and connecting with the right audience, and it's repetition. Okay, repetition. All right, I'm going to use 3 different content creators. Okay, so on the right, far right, we've got a business mentor, guru guy, Dan Coe. A lot of you may be familiar with him. In the middle, we've got Shiv Wilson, and on the left, we've got PMAC Fitness, who we work with specifically with his business. All right. Now, these 3 creators have big followings. They have they're a good connection with their audience. You get content creators who have hundreds of thousands of followers, but the audience is just like all Indians and people in third world countries who just aren't going to buy their product, and they're just not really their ideal audience, right? So you don't want that, but you want what these guys have, which is an audience, a big audience of people who are enjoying their who are their ideal client. Now, this isn't about going viral. You don't have to use it for the purpose of going super mega viral. And I don't think anyone should start and focus and focus on that when they're trying to like grow their online coaching business. That shouldn't be the main focus, to just try and go super viral. But if you can get some good engagement and your page grows organically, as well as all the other normal business stuff you're doing, and it doesn't take too much out of you, then that's brilliant, right? But anyway, what do these 3 people have in common in terms of their pages? Rep per fucking tition. Excuse my French, apologies, but it's the truth. Repetition, right? They make the same content styles again and again. You can see it more clearly with these 2. With PMAC, he has different locations, but he's still, the repetition is super simple, right? Like, these videos are all done in his garden, all right? And then he has multiple ones of these ones in his living room with a whiteboard, okay? So, and it's all still the same. Like, it's all literally talking to the camera. Same with Wilson, same with Dan Coe, okay? So repetition is the best thing to do. And why? It's because it makes content easy to produce. It keeps things simple, and there's less variables that allow you to learn how to get better. The problem is, and this is a mistake we made, like put our hands up, right? Like, we'll tell a coach to, or we would do ourselves, 4 different styles of content, all right? And we would do like talking to the camera videos, and we'll do tweet posts, and we'll do like, different styles of content. And this is actually fine for just like business side, for business purposes, making money and so on and so forth. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when you started, you're not like, we don't want to rely upon the fact of you going viral. Does that make sense? Especially for people who are not too, they have this fear regarding social media, and they already are kind of standoffish when it comes to social media. So we don't want to rely upon trying to get you to be viral, right? That's not that's not the best strategy for trying to make money. So that's fine, right? Do you know what I mean? For that, if you can just do these 4 types of posts that are really easy to make, it takes you like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours to do it every single week, then so be it. However, for the long term, and even nowadays for ease, right? For ease, this does make sense, because whether you do video content, right, like Shiv or PMAC, or faceless content, if you pick one, if you keep doing it repetitively, and do the same one, you can get better at it easier, and it becomes easier to produce because you're doing the same fucking thing just over and over again, and then you learn how to make it better. So, how do you make it better? Now, if I do video content, right, and I will be doing video content, I just batch did like 10 different videos, right? So those are gonna go out throughout the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I get to now, when I'm about to do my next batch recording, I get to look at the performance of all of those videos, think, they did all right, they could have done better, and I get to cross-reference them with these key fundamentals that all video content should do if I want it to perform well. Good audio quality, interesting and often polarizing hook. Polarizing meaning like it pisses somebody off. Something going on in the video to keep attention, right? Actual value, so less waffling and real value, like people can actually learn from this or gain something from this, whatever that may be. Good camera quality, it doesn't have to be flipping cinematic, but good camera quality. Vibrant colors, and super specific to a personality type or niche. I can go through the video, check over those fundamentals, see if I actually hit and did well with each of those things, and I can improve the video based on those things. All right, and now my content's just going to get better, it's going to get pushed out more, I'm going to get more traction from it, it's going to do better, and it can be an over time gradual thing. It doesn't have to be a speedy thing, but it's going in the right direction. Same thing goes for faceless content. Okay, is faceless content, the fundamentals are intellectually captivating hooks, because again, if you're doing faceless content, you're already appealing more to the people who are going to be more readers, right? But that's one way to go. Maybe you don't want to go with the people who want to be who are like proper like readers and book nerds, right? Maybe you're just choosing it because it's easy for you, but your niche aren't typically like that. So you keep it simple, but by intellectually captivating hooks, we need to think of like human psychology. What pulls humans towards things? What like captivates humans' attention? And we know about in psychology and consumer psychology what we call the life force 8, right? Which is like the 8 inherent desires that all of us human beings have. And you can go Google that, but essentially it's like sexual companionship, it's protecting your family, it's long life, longevity, it's food and drink and water, it's keeping up with the Joneses and like being the top dog, the top guy or top woman, so on and so forth. So if it appeals to one of those things, it's going to appeal to the person, and what kind of like brings out emotion in people. So you got to think about that stuff. You got to make sure it's jam packed with value, whether it's value in terms of making me feel good about myself, or whether it's really teaching me something I didn't know. It's just got to be full of value, right? Especially where there's no super like attention grabbing stuff in there, in terms of like a bird flying across the screen or something. Authentic voice to the writer and the writing, and it needs to feel very personal. That's very important as well. You don't want to just like write some chat GPT to writing that just doesn't feel like any type of personality, that has any type of personality to it, because people aren't going to be bothered about that. Why should I read this shit? I could just read ChatGPT or Google, right? And then super specific to your niche, okay? And again, I can post 4 types of this type of content, and I can keep going back and seeing, what's going on. Like, okay, this didn't do well. All right, let me cross-reference it with all of this. Does it meet these core fundamentals? And it's interesting because like you can find examples of this in anyone. I think of it now, and I think of Jay-Z. Everyone's heard of Jay-Z. So Jay-Z was part of a record label called Rockefeller. Him and 3 people founded it: Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and Biggs, right? So Biggs, who was one of the founders of Rockefeller, disappeared for a while, and he came back, on social media. And I noticed one day that this guy's page had just blown up, right? And he just had a good following. And the reason he had a good following, right, was because the same thing, repetition. So he was making posts like this. I think the background was white instead, and his was just like one word, or sorry, one sentence, maybe two, three sentence quotes, and they were just deep, like smart, real wise and authentic to him, right? And also something that I missed out here, shareability. When you do faceless content, especially, right? The same with video content, but mainly with this faceless content, right? It's the shareability that's important, because people will share this type of content a lot more easily than they would share video content, funny enough. Because like I said, in the video you might be shouting, you might be talking, it's very you know what I mean? So it's very intrusive in a way when it comes to like actually sharing it to their stories, or wherever it may be, or even if it's a LinkedIn share or whatever it may be. Even if it's like on WhatsApp, people sharing it with their colleagues, whatever. But faceless content is really easy to reshare. It's very easy because it's just soft. It's just text, and if people kind of agree with it, it's like a way of them saying it. They're not actually the person saying it, but it's a way of them saying it, and just by resharing it. So it's interesting how it really does work in real time. But he was just doing those types of posts, literally just that. Now, I see some people doing a mix of the two. So they'll do video content and they'll do faceless content like that. And I think that can work as well. So that's absolutely fine. But it would be like literally video content, very specific, one location or one type of just video, me talking to the camera, just very similar. And then maybe like one type of like faceless content where it's just like a carousel or whatever. Or, maybe you do carousels, maybe that's your thing. Or maybe you do like the one sentence or two sentence quotes, right? But long story short, it's just repetition, and just smashing out the same type and just getting better and better and flipping better. Okay. Don't stress too much about if you want to post like pictures of you out at an event every so often, or on holiday pictures, or something random that's not exactly the same. Don't worry about it, because the volume of the other stuff you're going to be doing is going to drown out that one-off picture or post that you do anyway, right? But to the most part, just keep it simple. It's like a mantra I'm using in every area of my business now, like simple skills, and I'll do a video about that side of things as well. But yeah, man, this is really going to help you level up, and you'll see the fruits of that on my page too. So again, if this helped you, if you found this beneficial, then you might want to you might want to subscribe so you can get notifications when we do stuff like this. And yeah, man, I think you're really going to benefit from that, man. Thanks for watching. Peace.